Stop. Before you watch this, I need you to answer one question. When was the last time you felt like your life was actually yours? Not something you posted, not something that looked good, not something that got approval. I mean real. Because here's the truth most people avoid. You're not living your life. You're performing it. Every word you say, every reaction, every version of yourself you show the world is filtered, adjusted, edited. And the worst part? You don't even notice it anymore. Carl Jung warned about this long before social media existed. He said we all wear a mask, a version of ourselves designed to be accepted. And if you wear it long enough, you forget who you are without it. So if you feel lost, empty, disconnected, this video is going to explain why. And by the end of it, you might realize something uncomfortable. The life you're living might not actually be yours. And here's where it gets uncomfortable, because most people don't realize they're performing until they feel it. It shows up in small ways. You say something and immediately think, did that sound right? You post something and keep checking who saw it. You're in a conversation, but part of you is watching yourself from the outside. That's not living, that's managing perception. And the more you do it, the more disconnected you feel, because you're splitting yourself in two. There's the version of you that exists inside and the version of you that performs outside. And the gap between them keeps growing. This is what Jung was really warning about. He said the more you identify with your mask, the more you lose contact with your real self. And when that happens, something inside you starts to break. Not loudly, quietly. You don't collapse all at once. You drift. You start feeling tired. Even when nothing is wrong, you feel empty. Even when your life looks fine, you feel like something is missing, but you can't explain what. So what do most people do? They fix the outside. They try to become more interesting, more successful, more attractive. They upgrade the performance, but the problem was never the performance. It's the fact that you're performing at all. And here's the part no one wants to admit. You don't perform because you're fake. You perform because you're afraid. Afraid of being rejected, afraid of being misunderstood, afraid that the real you won't be enough. So you adapt, you adjust, you shape yourself to fit what works. And at first, it works. People like you. People accept you. But slowly, you start losing something. Your honesty, your spontaneity, your real reactions. You stop asking, what do I feel? And start asking, what should I feel? That's the moment you disconnect from yourself. And the longer it goes on, the harder it becomes to come back. Because now you don't just wear the mask, you depend on it. Without it, you feel exposed, uncomfortable, lost. And this is where the shadow grows. Everything you don't express doesn't disappear. It waits. Your anger, your sadness, your truth. It builds up quietly until it shows up in ways you don't expect. Sudden irritation, overthinking, emotional exhaustion, or that deep feeling that you're not really here, that you're just going through the motions, that your life feels scripted. And that's the breaking point, because you can't perform forever. At some point, your real self pushes back. And when it does, it doesn't feel like clarity. It feels like anxiety, like emptiness, like something is wrong with you, but nothing is wrong with you. You're just disconnected. And this is the moment most people try to escape, because this is where it gets real. Not theory, not motivation, not another idea you can scroll past. You feel it. That quiet moment when everything slows down and you realize something you've been avoiding for a long time. You don't feel like yourself anymore. You don't recognize your own reactions, your own thoughts, your own life. And deep down, you know exactly why. But you don't want to say it, because if you say it, everything changes. You can't pretend anymore. You can't go back to not knowing. You can't keep living the same way without feeling it. So you stay in between, not fully honest, not fully fake, just stuck. And that feeling, that tension in your chest, and that heaviness you can't explain, that's not weakness. That's the part of you that still knows the truth, the part that hasn't disappeared, the part that keeps asking, why am I living like this? Why am I still pretending? Why does this life feel so far away from me? And the hardest part is this. You already know the answer. You've known it for a while. You just keep pushing it away because it's uncomfortable, because it's inconvenient, because it might require you to change something real, to set a boundary, to say no, to walk away, to stop performing. And that's where most people stop. Not because they don't understand, but because they're afraid of what comes after truth. So if something inside you shifted while watching this, don't ignore it. Don't scroll away like it didn't happen, because moments like this don't come often. This is one of those rare moments where you see your life clearly, even if just for a second. And you have two choices now. You can close this video, go back to your provisional life, and pretend you didn't feel anything. Or you can be honest, just for one moment, not with the world, not with anyone else, with yourself. So let me ask you something real. What part of your life doesn't feel like yours anymore? Don't overthink it. You already know. Write it in the comments. Not perfectly, not smart, just honestly, because the moment you say it, you stop running from it. And that's where everything begins.